You are now listening to
the Primal Armor Podcast.
This episode is sponsored by Executive Fit LLC. They build custom deadlift platforms, custom barbell storage pieces, and make indoor and outdoor signage for your home or corporate gym. Every platform that pairs with a rack is customized to that specific rack, so everything fits nice and clean. And they ship nationwide. Each platform has a logo applied in a way that makes it impossible to peel up from wear and tear. They even make custom nameplates for your squat rack. Visit executivefitllc.com to request a quote and see what's available on their store. That's executivefitllc.com to upgrade your deadlift game today. Welcome back to episode 92 of the Primal Armor Podcast. We've been hitting some exercise and program heavy topics lately on the podcast, and I think it's been fun because these are some of the most frequently asked questions that you'll find out there from the general population. And a huge one that I can get pretty passionate about is the topic of pre-workout. So many people take it, but they don't know what's in it or why they feel the way they do after taking it. So my question is to those people, then why are you taking it in the first place? Most people are taking a pre-workout because they don't like the way they feel and they don't have the energy to start or complete a workout. And I was someone who took pre-workout religiously in my early lifting career because I'd be lifting at 6 a.m. before football, or I'd be getting in the weight room in college at 6 a.m. just as soon as it opened because I was trying to get there before class. So I always felt like I needed pre-workout to get that done. And one thing that really changed my way of thinking was I looked at my shaker bottle after several years of taking pre-workout, and I saw the blue raspberry C4 that I'd been taking was literally staining the plastic, and it was making it blue. And then it made me sit there and think, if it can do this to a plastic, which is a very resilient product, then what's it doing to my insides? And that's when I started to dive a little bit deeper and research more into what was actually in the pre-workout I was taking, what the benefit was of even taking it, and if I really needed to be taking it or not. One major ingredient in pre-workout is caffeine, and this is the one that most people take it for. And most brands have roughly like 150 to even 300 milligrams of caffeine in them. And this is something that most people can get by just drinking coffee in the morning, and especially if you listen to our latest episode about hitting workouts in the morning. The other major ingredient in pre-workout is something called beta-alanine, which is an amino acid. This helps you do high-intensity exercise for longer by helping stave off fatigue and enhance your recovery. This is something they make dedicated powders and pills for as well. So you can get strictly this ingredient only if you're someone who doesn't want pre-workout brand mixtures or that caffeine. But you can also get these things from things like pork, beef, fish, and other things in your diet. Some other reputable brands also throw in creatine or BCAAs or branched-chain amino acids in their ingredients as well. But these are also things that you can get in your diet, so it's not necessarily needed. If you notice a little bit of a theme here, you can get each one of these ingredients from your daily diet and intake. So pre-workout isn't something that you necessarily need to be able to get the most out of your workouts. But with that being said, you want to make sure that you're tailoring your diet to be able to meet those needs. Because if you're not getting enough protein in your diet, you'll definitely be feeling the effects of that in your workout, because that's where you're getting most of these ingredients, is from protein-driven diets. If you do need to have that little bit of an extra boost though, it's more beneficial to supplement with a single ingredient product like beta-alanine. Just like recommendations for creatine doses, which are about 5 grams per day, beta-alanine is very similar, in which you only need about 3 to 6 grams per day to see that boost in performance. But beware, this is also that ingredient that's in a pre-workout that makes you feel tingly or makes your face itch. The big reason why this is the ingredient that you want to focus on the most from a pre-workout is because it's the most beneficial at a molecular level to get the results out of the workout that you want. Like I said earlier, beta-alanine is an amino acid, and amino acids will help facilitate chemical reactions in your body. When we exercise very heavy, you build up hydrogen ions in the muscles, and beta-alanine will help buffer the acidity level and be able to help you push harder and for longer. One of the big reasons of why it's better to go with a single source ingredient such as beta-alanine alone instead of reaching for a pre-workout is because a lot of them are loaded with sugar, so it's not always the best or healthiest option. Also something to take into account. Pre-workouts aren't regulated by the FDA, so there isn't as many guidelines or as many regulations that they have to meet to be able to hit the shelves versus trying to get these ingredients from naturally occurring sources in our food. And since they aren't regulated, we don't know what types of extra ingredients that are being added into a mixture as well as filler, which could be massive when it comes to random drug testings in sports or even your job. And while it might not even be work-related, who knows what's going into some of these products with little regulations that they have to meet. One of the very major and popular brands that was out there was called Jacked, or Jack 3D. I remember people taking this all the way back when I was in high school and hearing about it getting banned. They were packing it full of ephedra and DMAA, which are banned stimulants. So yes, you'll be getting the energy you need, but it also led to death in some people who've taken it. And I know I would rather drink a coffee and eat meat regularly to try and get my healthy diet and energy level up, rather than risk taking a new pre-workout because it may give me the energy that I need for a workout. When in doubt, always try to go the more natural and healthy route. Your doctor, your family, and even you yourself will thank you in the long run. Just try to remember that stained plastic cup I was talking about earlier. We'll probably be hearing in several years from now what these things are actually doing to our insides. It's not worth the risk, in my opinion. If you need a workout boost, change up your diet accordingly, and if you have to, try a single source ingredient like beta-alanine to get the energy that you need. Pre-workout isn't needed to get a quality workout in, but a quality workout is needed for you to be your best self. So get that here from here on out by focusing on a good diet and a hard workout in the gym. I just want to thank you for listening to today's podcast, and we'll see you back here again next week.